Hey guys, it's Ren.
And Lid.
And we're back with Seduce Me.
Yep, and guess who we're going for this time?
You asked for it.
Did they?
Yes.
Oh, really? Alright, you asked for it.
So this time we will be pursuing Erik. Look, here's the thing, and I'm gonna say this as respectfully as I possibly can, because I know they put a lot of work into this game. Christopher is a good actor, he's a fantastic composer. I've spoken to him on his streams, he's a lovely person. What I'm saying isn't reflecting on him. My issue with Erik mostly has to do with how he's written. And I feel like so far, and I can't comment on his route yet, because obviously we haven't played that yet, but at least so far, it never really feels like Erik is being genuine with you. Like he's never being honest and real with you. And that is disconcerting. Maybe we'll change our minds as we go through his route. We'll see what happens. The Seduce Me Otome drama CD just came out. I have gotten it. You guys should too. I did listen to Erik's tracks, and they did make me like him more. He's a lot more honest and genuine in the drama CD, and I appreciate that. So I'm hoping we'll see more of that in his route. And let's get started.
Hey! This is a fictional narrative. Oh, interactive narrative. Any character resemblances to real-life people are purely coincidental. Also, please know that oh, that's right.
Trigger warnings for abuse, implied rape, and suicide. You have been warned.
Possibly torture? Possibly. Lots of violence also. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of violence.
Please enjoy.
I will.
Why, hello. My, aren't you a gorgeous sight? Can I be honored enough to know your name?
It's the man of the hour. You all know who it is.
I can't believe I let you talk me into this.
Yeah, you know what it is.
A lovely name for a lovely person like you. Wonderful.
Erik, do your job.
Very well. This game was produced by Seraphim Entertainment under the direction of Michaela Laws and is powered by RenPy Visual Novel Engine. We truly hope you'll enjoy this story. I know I'll enjoy it since you'll be in it.
Erik.
Fine, fine. Farewell, my sweet.
Somewhere.
Come on! Is that all you got?
Wanna try me, asshole?
Yes.
Crap! Missed.
Good job.
Let's retreat for now.
Okay.
No kidding. Let's get out of here.
That's right. You better run, you stupid punks! Stay out of our territory!
Call it fate, or call it coincidence. That one moment of violence started a chain of events I will never forget.
This formula, created in the 70s, is one of the most important in the field of financial theory.
Skip.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody. Oh my god, it goes away really fast. And my name is Naomi, and I'm Susie, and I'm Susie the Italian, and
Yes, Susie the Italian.
we went with Suzu last time, so Naomi.
Bah, fine. Be lame.
Blah, 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 blah. Does everybody know the story at this point? Like, can we just literally just go?
Mac and cheese! That sounds good! Yay!
Grandpa's
Grandpa's
dead. Dad is a prick. Dad slaps us.
You don't know anything! Running your mouth like somehow you know everything that went on.
Pretty much all you need to know about the
When you're
dad.
just a little girl that doesn't...
We should fight the dad. Here's the thing. We fight a lot of people. Why do we not fight our dad? I don't know who's right.
Of course you would.
Oh, what do you mean I would side with her? No.
God, Dad, why don't you tell me about your life?
You don't deserve to know. You came
I
from
went too
my
far.
egg.
Too far!
Eggs.
Yep. I I completely spaced out of whatever the hell you were saying. But sure. Eggs! Why not?
Eggs! That's the father's personality for you. Money. Gas money. And now eggs.
Welp, might as well make myself at home. I'll be staying here for quite a while anyways.
If you actually want to go through the intro, check out the Damian route because we don't need to do this.
The first route that we played was Damian, so we went through the prologue very thoroughly. If you want to see it in detail, go there and then come back.
If you want to see it in short detail, go to the Sam route. If you want to see us literally just skip through the entire thing, watch what you're currently watching.
Well, might as well make myself at home. I'll be staying here for quite a while anyways. That's when I saw them.
I could try choosing you again. How come I am the one who's in play by you now? Then I hear you whisper to me that you never would leave me be. I can feel my body echoing for you now. Do you know what you do to me? It's like a fantasy, I wanna never leave. But isn't it a little funny? You're the one controlling me. I won't let you go. You've turned the tables on me, now you trap me in your cage somehow. I can never escape from you, but baby, that's alright. You've chained the monster deep inside this sick and sinful body of mine. But you better be ready when you lay with me tonight. Prepare to scream my name tonight.
Lying on the floor was a group of men. They were all unconscious, but there was no explanation as to why they were there in the first place. I dropped my bags as I let the door close on its own behind me.
Huh? Who the heck are these guys? Why are they here? What's going on?
Some of them had open wounds. The blood was staining the floor, and the scent was intermingling with the air. I couldn't help but feel bad for them instinctively, but nevertheless I was shocked and a bit angry at the sudden intrusion. My mind suddenly went from caring and concerned to confused and demanding answers.
Who are you people?
No response.
I'll call the police.
Still nothing. None of them seemed to be awake to answer or respond to me. It seemed surreal to have random strangers in the house I just moved into, but I wanted answers. Quickly. That was until...
Get away from me!
Woman, you're going to let me kiss you.
Woman! I couldn't believe it myself, but within a mere blink of an eye, one of the men went from lying on the floor to being right in front of my face. What was even more odd was the fact that I felt serene and calm about it. Slowly, a desire burned from my chest, telling me to accept his kiss, even when my mind vehemently refused.
Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Good.
As he kissed me, I could feel my body go weak. I didn't know why, but that kiss was draining me of my energy, and yet it was so good it made my heart sing. It was a strange and tingling feeling that danced over every nerve on my body. I could feel streams of intangible energy run up my body into my lips. It felt odd, but at the same time it felt amazing.
Sam, stop it.
The person kissing me, Sam was his name, glanced behind him.
While still kissing me.
I said stop. Now.
Fine.
Finally, he pulled back, and I was left standing there in a daze.
What? Huh?
I couldn't tell what was going on. My mind was completely enwrapped by the kiss in my thoughts that melted into the depths of my forgotten memories.
Please forgive my brother. He's a bit reckless.
At least I feel a hell of a lot better than you right now.
Because you used your abilities on her.
Sam, you're such a reckless brute. Taking advantage of a beautiful young woman like her.
Uh-huh. Okay, Erik.
Shut that pretty boy mouth of yours before I rip it off your pretty boy face.
Sheesh, you guys. Can we not fight right now? Not all of us are in the best state.
I guess you are right, Matthew.
I agree.
However, as the men got up and started to chat freely, my thoughts began to reassemble, and I remembered my confusion and anger once again, only now multiplied tenfold.
What?
Huh? Did you say something beautiful?
And I exploded!
By the way,
Yes.
she's canonly Asian.
Oh, she is? Okay, I guess so. I was about to be like, well, her last name's Anderson, but there are, obviously, there are Asian people out there with, like, Anglo-Saxon last names. No.
Interracial families exist! Including ourselves.
Our dad is still a prick, though.
Oh god, I thought you were talking about our real dad.
No! No!
I was really confused for a second.
I was talking about our dad in the game.
What is going on? Why the hell are you here in my house? Why are you all wounded? Why did you kiss me? Who are you people?
I couldn't help exploding, but after being taken advantage of and being left in a mush state, I can't get over mush state. My words escaped without filter. I definitely scared the men around me, even the man who kissed me. Wait a second. Guy who kissed me?
Ouch! What's your problem?
What's your problem? You can't just go around forcing people to kiss you like that. Are you some kind of pervert?
Pervert? It was only a kiss!
It might mean nothing to you, but it means a lot to me.
What? Was it your first kiss?
Maybe.
Ow! Hey! What was that for?
I know first kisses aren't exactly amazing and full of sparkles and something out of a fairy tale, but I had at least expected it to be something more than just forced.
So it was your first kiss. Stop making such a big deal out of it.
Stop being a dick about it.
Are you asking to get punched again?
Well, what do you want me to do? It's not like I can somehow take it back.
See, last time we would ask for an apology, but this time...
See, the thing with getting the guy's best ends is that you can't get any points with any other guys, or else it won't work. So we're gonna hit him again.
Ow! You're just being violent now!
You deserved it. Anyway, if you try and pull any funny business in the future, just a warning. I know Taekwondo.
Baka!
I think I've bickered enough. Time to get back to the main issue.
So, what exactly are you all doing inside my house?
Miss, please forgive us in our intrusion. We didn't know this abode belonged to anyone, nor did we have the time to take that into consideration.
What? What do you mean? You don't just barge into people's houses.
We wouldn't have had to if we weren't as wounded as we are currently. We just escaped from a deadly fight that could have ended our lives. Luckily for us, your home was near and the windows were unlocked, so we quickly came inside.
The last I remembered, there were laws preventing strangers from stepping on private property, although considering the severity of their wounds, which we cannot see on their sprites, it had to be serious.
I guess that explains the wounds, but not why he kissed me. He had absolutely no right to do that.
Well, lovely flustered lady, it's hard to explain, truly. We're not exactly normal.
Not normal? What are you guys, demons or something? Imagine that.
I don't understand why that's her first thought. Like, that has always baffled me. I asked almost jokingly, but the boys seem to take my question differently. He's sad because he's a demon.
Damian wants to be human more than anything, and he's a precious cinnamon roll.
Well, yeah, actually, something like that.
Eh?
We're incubi, miss. Demons who consume and use sexual energy of humans to survive.
Incubi! The fabled demons that existed to haunt humans, make them sex-crazed monsters. The mythical beings that could look like anyone just to get into your pants. The imaginary monsters you only saw in movies or on TV.
Hello? Did you hear him?
We're telling the truth.
Do you think she's still processing it?
Yes, and she'll understand right about...
Right. It was funny while it lasted, but it's time to cut the joke short. Incubuses don't exist.
There was no way they existed. That would be practically impossible.
Ahem. Incubi is the correct plural form. And yes, we do exist.
Prove it.
As soon as the words left my mouth, I instantly regretted them.
Very well. Erik, go ahead.
Very well. My sweet, you're so tempting with such non-belief. Let me ease your mind with a tender kiss. I promise you'll enjoy every minute of it, and maybe you'll even want more.
It just makes me feel more and more gross as the line goes on.
I feel like I could have a career as a contortionist for how much that made me cringe.
What?
Once again, I was lost in a pool of calm and serenity. Staring into Erik's eyes, I felt waves of heat course through my chest and onto my face, painting my cheeks red in their wake. I couldn't help but nod and agree to his offer.
Yeah, okay.
With another kiss, my heart began to flutter once again in my chest, and my mind was sent spinning in a heated, passion-filled pleasure. Yet, I could feel my body drain of energy as he kissed me.
All right, that's enough.
Aw, very well. I feel so much better.
I'm sure you do. What is with all the mush? We are in Alaska. I just don't understand the mush. As he pulled away, I was left in a mental mush pool. I felt weak in the knees, despite my will demanding me to stand straight in front of the boys before me. The world around me began to spin as I tried to speak.
I think I'm going to...
Where are our manners? I'm James, and these are my brothers, Sam, Erik, Matthew, and Damian.
James, Erik, Sam, Matthew, Damian.
Miss, are you okay?
No!
Shit. She fainted.
I couldn't believe it. Incubi. Real. It all spun around in my head until I saw only black. Floating in the darkness, my mind kept replaying the scene over and over again, reminding my body of the touch of the incubi's lips against mine. However, I began to feel the smooth silk around me, and my eyelids unwillingly opened.
Where?
I awoke to find myself in an unfamiliar place. Where was Mom? Dad? I was pretty sure this wasn't my room.
This is not my beautiful house.
Oh wait, I lived in my grandfather's house now. Of course it would be unfamiliar. I rubbed my eyes and surveyed my surroundings. I was still in the clothes that I arrived at the house in, but I was laying in a silk-covered bed. I remembered coming in the afternoon, so why was it nighttime already? Suppressing a yawn, I stretched my arms. Maybe I should order some food for delivery. I was feeling pretty hungry. I was about to sit up, but I suddenly realized that I wasn't alone.
You're awake.
Huh? Ah!
Since when was he standing there? And who the heck was he? A guy in my bedroom. Did we...
There's no way!
Except that we did in a past life.
In another lifetime.
Sorry, I think I was saying my thoughts aloud.
Why was I apologizing to a stranger who only said 2 words since I woke up? Wait, he looked eerily familiar. Then it all came back to me. Incubus. He was an incubus. He and his brothers came for refuge, and 2 of them kissed me, and then I fainted, and that was how things came to this.
Oh!
He was leaning against the far wall, looking at me. My heart began to race as I thought of the endless list of possibilities this situation brought me. I hated the thought of being under an incubus's power, especially in a bedroom. Jump up and protect yourself! I instantly jumped up and grabbed a pillow, covering myself with it. I felt stupid, yes, but who knew what this guy could do?
Do your worst. This time I'm prepared.
He didn't move. I guess that he wasn't going to attack me.
Sorry?
One thing still concerned me, though.
I'm not going to use my powers on you.
Thank you, Damian.
Huh? How?
I can read minds. It's an ability I was born with. Each of us has a different ability, outside of our usual mind-altering powers.
Great. Even more surprises. I grew even more worried about the situation I was in.
I see. How long have I been asleep?
For a few hours. It's already gotten quite dark outside.
Well, where are the others?
My brothers are downstairs, cleaning up the blood from the lobby floor. And making you dinner as an apology.
Oh, okay. That's unexpectedly sweet.
Oh, it's the least we can do after invading your home, and 2 of us using our powers on you.
Yep, the absolute least, honestly.
You've got a point.
Right, I had forgotten about that. It still irked me that they had practically taken advantage of me at that point. Even if they were demons, it was pretty rude to demonstrate their powers by kissing me. I wasn't some kind of human plaything. All of this seemed pretty unreal. It was like something out of those romance novels that Naomi sometimes read. I wished I could just go back to sleep and forgotten about all this. Maybe I should have just called the police on them. Then I would never have ended up in this situation.
Do you feel well enough to get out of bed?
Yeah, I think so. Whoa!
Trust me, I won't let you go.
I'm not so sure about this.
I promise.
Promise what?
Okay. I trust you.
Good.
I was speechless. He was carrying me as if I weighed nothing. He was so strong.
Thank you.
I love that he says that, honestly. I really just love that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
It's all right. I'm used to it.
I decided to close my mouth for the time being so that I wouldn't weird him out to make things more awkward than they already were. Well, he didn't seem to mind carrying me or listening to me talk, so at least things weren't too strange. Damian seemed very quiet and calm about everything, especially with the situation we were in. However, there was a sort of longing in his eyes when he looked at me that wasn't lustful. It was more in admiration.
'Cause he wants to be human.
Once we reached the lobby, I decided that I felt well enough to walk on my own. As strong as he was, it was like he was carrying nothing. I didn't want to make him carry me everywhere. Yeah, that would be mortifying.
Thanks for carrying me, but I think I can walk by myself now. Not saying like I didn't like it. I mean, I liked it. Not in a weird way, of course. It's not like I get carried around all the time. What I'm trying to say is that it was really nice of you to do that.
I started to fumble over my words again. Real smooth.
It's no problem. I'll be heading to the dining room then.
All right, see you.
He gently lowered me to the ground before he walked off quietly, disappearing into the shadows of the dark lobby.
Oh, hi.
Hi!
Hey! Suddenly, a boy who looked around my age, or possibly younger, bounced up to me. He looked vaguely familiar. Oh, wait.
Oh, you're Matthew, right?
That's me. Are you feeling any better now? We were all worried when you suddenly passed out.
I'm fine.
Really? Your face is kind of red. Do you feel sick?
No, Damian's just really hot.
No, I'm fine. I'm sure of it.
I must have been blushing when Damian was carrying me downstairs. How embarrassing.
Well, if you say so. I hope Sam and Erik didn't make you upset.
I did.
It's okay. After all, I did hit Sam after what he did, and about Erik, I just wanted you guys to prove to me what you were saying, so I guess you're real, okay? You're real, whatever, okay.
I wondered how exactly I got myself into this mess. First my grandfather, then a fight with my father, blowing up Elisette, and now this. I certainly had a knack for getting myself into sticky situations.
Oh, I have an idea.
It's coming. He shoved his hands into his pockets with a cheery grin on his face.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Is he trying to do a magic trick?
Ta-da!
What is that exactly?
He smiled as if to wave it off, but when he opened his eyes and saw what he was holding, his face froze in shock.
Wait a second. What did I just make? This is...
What he produced from his pocket was a creepy-looking doll.
Ah, what is that?
I'm not sure.
Time to jam out to my favorite music. Hold on just a moment.
His face paled considerably, and he dropped it onto the floor, scooting away from it frantically.
Get it away from me! It might be possessed by a demon or something!
You're a demon!
But isn't he a demon himself?
That's not what I wanted to make! I just wanted to surprise you with a stuffed animal or just something to cheer you up. That looks like it came straight out of a horror movie.
He slumped his shoulders and looked down at his feet.
Oh, it's okay. You don't have to look so dejected. I mean, it's certainly unique.
You can have it.
What? I appreciate the thought, but no thanks.
You made it, you buy it! Punk!
I don't think that's how it works.
Punk!
You made it, you buy it.
Punk!
That's too bad. Are you sure?
I picked up the doll and waved it around him. It was funny teasing him.
Gah! Help! It's gonna kill me!
Alright, I'll stop.
Anyway, I'm heading back to help out with the food. You can come over if you're hungry.
I think I'll go with you then. Something smells good.
My stomach rumbled in agreement. I was starving.
Oh, the girl's awake.
Excuse you, I have a name, you know.
Should we really care?
Sam, I will roast that tongue for dinner if it doesn't stop flapping in that idiotic mouth of yours.
Psh, whatever.
I apologize for his attitude.
Oh, that's fine.
Good. I hope you'll enjoy the meal we prepared for you.
I just realized his arms are really weird. His shirt. What is that?
I don't know.
What is that?
What are those?
I just realized this. He has like socks on his arm.
No, it's supposed to be a sweater.
Meal?
For a second, my mind didn't understand what James meant. Maybe it was the doll getting to my head and distracting me. Ah, that's right. Damian and Matthew mentioned they were making a dinner as an apology.
Oh, wait, you didn't have to.
We insist. Besides, it's quite impossible to undo our cooking, even if you command us to.
Alright, well, thank you.
Matthew put down the rest of the plates on the table and bowed a bit exaggeratedly to me, gesturing to the table with a sweeping motion.
Ha, there we go. Dinner's all served.
The table was filled with various foods from an eclectic selection of cuisines. One portion of the table was filled with elegantly plated Asian foods, and another portion was some yummy-looking desserts. And there were yet more and more plates than I could have possibly imagined.
Whoa, that's a lot of food, and it all looks so good.
We hope you enjoy it, my sweet.
Sweet? Me?
That's enough, Erik.
You're no fun, James.
I don't need to be fun, Erik. Miss, please follow me.
I didn't know what came over me, whether it was his politeness or maybe his power, but I couldn't help but take his offered arm. James seemed very kind and intelligent, but aside from that, there was something that set him apart from his brothers. Not to mention, he didn't really seem to hold much appreciation for them.
Miss, I have to ask, why do you live alone?
Oh, well, it's kind of a long story.
I'm all ears if you wish to tell.
Not right now. It's fine. Maybe another time.
Very well. Here's your seat then.
Let me get your chair for you, lovely lady.
Oh,
Erik was very charming, and his smile pulled at my heart. The way he kept flirting with me definitely designated him as the charmer of the demons, yet there was a little distance in his eyes.
By the way, I apologize for my behavior earlier. Stealing your second kiss like that.
Thank you.
Huh?
Oh, right, when I didn't believe that they were incubi.
It's fine, I guess. I mean, you didn't just get up and grab a kiss for no reason.
I'm not as forward, unlike Sam.
I disagree.
I'm not as forward. Let me lean in and whisper in your ear. Suddenly, Erik leaned in and whispered in my ear.
I won't lie, though. I enjoyed kissing you and feeling you melt in my arms.
I was torn between smacking him and trying to play it cool. Be cool.
You sure are quite the charmer.
Yes, I am known for that.
I'm gonna kick you!
As much as I do appreciate the constant compliments, you don't have to keep talking to me like that.
Like what?
Like I'm not real! Like you're not real!
He bats his eyelids.
Oh my god!
Like what?
He batted his eyelids as if he had no idea what I was talking about, and I couldn't help but laugh.
Well, like you're trying to get into my pants half the time.
I can assure you, I'm just a lover of beautiful women.
Something tells me there's more to it than that.
For a moment, he looked away, losing a bit of his smile. Before I could question it, though, he turned back to me with a new teasing smile. Like, what?
Did you want there to be more?
I didn't want to hit him, but I didn't know how to react, so I couldn't look at him. He merely chuckled again in my ear.
Sorry. You just look so cute when you're blushing.
Wait, has he been in our ear this entire time?
Well, except for when he looked away, when he was being a little angsty.
Who is that Erik I see staring straight back at me? You know what my headcanon is? This isn't Eric's real voice. Like, he used like a voice changer, and he's like a really bad nerdy ass voice.
I am bringing up the behind the scenes track on the drama CD.
He is very, very good at it, especially when he wants to get flirtatious with his voice. Which is why they hired me. Okay.
That's just what I wanted you to hear.
I felt my face heat up simply from his... I felt my face heat up simply from his words. I then felt Erik take my hand and kiss it gently.
I hope you'll enjoy dinner, however, my dear.
I drew my attention back to the dishes. I was both intrigued and slightly scared by the amount of food they made. Seeing my expression, Erik leaned forward and proudly smiled, gesturing to all of the dishes with a dramatic sweep of his arm.
I made almost all of the dishes myself.
Humorously enough, Matthew looked at him with a shocked expression, as if he was betrayed. His face instantly changed to that of a frown.
And I'm the Queen of the Nile.
Talk shit, get hit.
And I'm the Queen of the Nile.
What's that supposed to mean?
Me, you, and James did the work together, dummy.
Dummy!
It's you, James, and I, Matthew.
Oxford, comma.
Little boys will always make mistakes.
Matthew looked at James in disbelief, probably for siding with Erik, and he annoyedly swiveled back to Erik to confront him.
I'm not a little boy. I'm barely a year younger than you.
Well, you certainly don't act like it.
See, this is the side of Erik that I actually enjoy seeing. It's just like when he's actually being like a person.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are we such a dick? I really couldn't help but laugh. Matthew seemed very much like a kid. He was adorable. However, I couldn't help but feel like in a way he was very much more mature than the others, especially Erik.
Huh? Is something funny?
No, it's nothing at all. Thank you for the meal, all of you.
Oh. You're welcome, miss.
Such a well-mannered young lady. Beautiful inside and out.
Erik, knock it off.
In agreement with Matthew, Sam cocked up his head and glared at Erik.
Seriously, You're getting really annoying with that suck-up act.
It was obvious that Sam was the bad boy of the group. He had this big, tough act, and it was obvious he was physically stronger than the rest of the guys, even though we can't really see more muscles on him or something indicative of that. But was there more to him than that?
I'm just trying to be a gentleman. The young girl has already gone through so much. She deserves a good treatment.
I'm in the room, Erik.
There's a difference between being a gentleman and being an obnoxious flirt.
Schooled even by James. You're gonna need some cold water for that burn.
Oh my god, Sam's face! I think I pointed this out last time, but I forgot.
No, I don't think you did.
Did I seriously not point that out last time?
No.
What is up with his face?
He's like, yeah. Erik got schooled.
It wasn't even a good burn. It was like a lukewarm burn.
By the way, I don't believe we caught your name even though you know each of us.
I'm Laundry.
It's a pleasure to finally know your name.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a nice name.
Uh-huh.
They're not human. How would they know? They were all comfortable around me, despite the awkward situation we were in. It was as if it were natural for them to be around humans. I guess that was just how incubi worked. But I was still curious about one thing.
Excuse me?
All at once they looked at me. I didn't know why, but having all of them look at me made me feel kind of important, like a queen or something.
What is it, miss?
I wanted to thank you for the food, but I still want to know why you all came here. I feel like I don't quite understand.
Understand? Yeah, like being told that a bunch of incubi randomly appearing in your house was perfectly understandable.
Oh, how do we explain?
We were attacked. We came here to heal. What's so difficult to understand?
Now you're just being rude, Sam.
I'm just saying, how is that difficult to understand?
No, I mean, what specifically happened? I'm not...
Doofus.
Well, you see, we've been traveling around for quite some time now. Just recently we came into town, but we were jumped by this band of misfits.
Did you kill their probation officer?
Ha.
So, in order to escape and heal, we came here for shelter. Again, we apologize for the mess we made.
I mean, you did clean up your own blood, so I guess it's okay.
It's fine, I guess. So you're all better now, right?
Yup, all thanks to you.
Huh? Me?
You see, beautiful, we feed on sexual energy. But we don't just get it from kissing lovely ladies such as yourself. We can simply touch someone's hand to obtain sexual energy. Everyone carries sexual energy, you know.
I was still in shock about their powers. It wasn't just kisses that gave them power. It was anything physical. No wonder I was out for a while. Why are you so smiley about this? These incubi intrigued me, but at the same time I could almost hear a warning siren going off in my head.
Is there anything else you wish to know?
Well, what do you plan to do now?
Yeah, what are we gonna do now, James?
That is a very good question. We just got here and surely we'll be hunted again if we leave.
We can take him easily.
Not without more training, Sam. The result of that was clearly evident in our last encounter with them.
At that moment, I didn't know what came over me, but I suddenly felt sorry for them. They couldn't possibly survive out there. If they didn't know it was illegal to break into people's homes, they probably didn't know a bunch of other stuff. They would probably cause chaos all over town. Or on the flip side, they could be taken in for questioning and be poked and prodded like lab frogs for research. That was even worse. But most of all, they reminded me of back then. I was standing alone. The entire classroom was filled with laughter and chatter, but I stood in the midst of it, quiet and alone. It was strange seeing the whole world pass in front of me with such a vibrancy, all while I stood there. On the plus side, I wasn't engaged in any of the drama that might have arisen, like scribbling on someone's paper for revenge or kicking someone too hard. It was kind of nice just sitting back and watching things pass by and life go on. I had long before convinced myself that I preferred being alone. I often said to myself in encouragement, yeah, I want to be alone. There's no one I like better than me, so I ought to spend more time with myself. But there was a certain bitterness that, coupled with being alone, made me feel sad. There was a difference between being alone and lonely. I just didn't realize it at that moment. And even after that moment, my father, my mother, there was no one to turn to. I was so lonely. That's when I decided on it, right then. I was going to see my grandfather. I didn't care if my father wouldn't take me. I was going to walk my way over there and see what he had to say about it. I had never even seen him before that. What better time to see him then? If no one was going to help me with what I was feeling, I might as well have turned to him, a man that I have never met, who is related to me, at a home I have never been to, and do not know the direction of. So after school, I decided to walk there. I had no idea how to get there, and I was armed with only a scrap of paper with the address scribbled on it. As a 7-year-old, I obviously had great ideas. I soon became lost, and like I always did when I felt lost, I just stood there on the sidewalk, back pressed up against the wall and eyes looking out at the strangers passing by. And like always, people continued to pass by, and life continued to go on. And I was sadder than ever. I had ended up in the situation I was originally in. Nothing had changed. I thought that I was silly for even thinking that I could change things with my own hands. That was, until a voice brought me back to reality.
Hun, is that you?
I looked up and saw an unfamiliar face, but it was obvious that whoever was talking to me knew who I was. And from that moment, things began to change. Life began moving its rusty joints, and I realized that things were moving along. Suddenly, I had become part of the crowd that moved like a blur past me. I was no longer someone who stood still and watched others hurry past me. Life had changed. I had changed, because the very person who found me that day was my grandfather. I had the opportunity to help them, though. Would I? I wanted to, but I wasn't sure if that was the best idea. After all, 5 demons in my house wasn't exactly the living arrangement that I had imagined when I first moved in. There was the matter of making sure no one found out about their powers. Thinking about them as lab rats made my stomach queasy. And even if they passed for humans, how would I explain having guys living in my house? Imagine if my friends came over. They would practically think I was part of a harem or something. Oh God, imagine if my parents came over. I think my mom would faint. Who knows what my dad would do? I think we'd have them arrested on the spot. This was hard. Maybe I should have written out a pros and cons list before actually having to make the decision.
Don't worry too much about it. You have plenty of time to decide. Besides, you should do what makes you happy as well.
Thank you, based grandfather. It was strange that I happened to remember what my grandfather said to me when I was little, but it did kind of make sense. They weren't in the exact same situation that I was in before, but I wanted to help them, yes. And I think it would ease my conscience and also make me a bit happy to help them, as weird as that sounded. Clenching my hands into fists, I strengthened my resolve to speak up.
Well, you could.
What was that, lovely lady?
That is,
Spit it out already.
Let me speak!
You could stay here with me if you'd like.